What's up guys, welcome to the channel. It's Sunday, which means it's back time for a market update. We're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum and Gold like usual. Like and subscribe, I really appreciate that. And let's get into the video without further ado. As always, let's start with Bitcoin. And I must say I wasn't expecting this week and also last week already, because yes, we're in a local downtrend. Bitcoin made a high here, $66,000, $67,000. And if you zoom out for a second, yeah, we see that we had this initial pump at the start of June, dump, made a new low, and then we were in a pretty strong uptrend. As you can see, we were in a very solid, almost picture perfect uptrend, but now we broke the uptrend. And first with this sweep I thought, okay, this was going to be the low and we're going to try again here and continue the uptrend, but we didn't. Made a new low, sweep this level, unfortunately couldn't catch a trade. I did a trade on Ethereum, but I'll show that in a second. And yeah, they're trying again now. As I mentioned, I think in a live session, I don't think I mentioned it in last week's market update. Okay, they broke the structure, they broke the downtrend, the uptrend, sorry. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's over, that we're going to dump right now. Because Bitcoin now swept this, picked up new liquidity, and now trying again. Now, of course, you wanted to see the uptrend just intact, like high, 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 low. But now that they sweep this, they picked up liquidity and have another chance. The only downside with this is that this zone is now, okay, this second level is still valid, but this zone has now been tapped. Now, in case they fail right now, there's nothing in this zone anymore. So then they just dump straight through to the next level. So that's the only downside thing. This level has been swept, all liquidity has been picked up. If they don't show it from this move, then yeah, we're going to dump even further. So yeah, Bitcoin really in a do or die days. This weekend they saw a big dump. So on the Friday they dumped, and yesterday they also started randomly dumping. But they've recovered, so a lot of price action this weekend. But for next week it will be important for Bitcoin to show something, either gain the $64,000, and if you don't do that, I really expect to see new lows. And yeah, things can switch very quickly, because we were very optimistic here and we're still optimistic. But in case we have a bad week and we don't hold this and we come back to the $60,000, then it's already getting shaky, because who knows, we don't bounce from here, or we bounce and then we pull back again and then we're already making new lows. Of course, it's way too early to talk about that, and I don't want to make you guys scared, but it's the reality. So early next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be decisive for the upcoming week. So Bitcoin, hopefully they gain the $64,000 and continue the uptrend, but nothing is guaranteed, of course. On Ethereum, same thing, but Ethereum of course made a clear new high and hasn't done that much if you compare to Bitcoin. Percentage wise, 7%, while Ethereum has dumped also 7%. My bad, it didn't look differently. The thing is just, you see that we're just in this big range, while on Bitcoin we clearly started dumping. So in Ethereum we're still in this range. We have not really made a new low. Okay, you can argue that the uptrend is not intact, because this is your high low and then we dump, but you can also just say that this was your previous high low, so nothing to worry about on Ethereum. Now what I wanted to say about the trade on Ethereum, they sweep this on Ethereum. I thought they were going to give the move, which they were doing. They sweep something, you see with the big wick that there was literally liquidity, they picked everything up, but they didn't give a move. Then they dumped again, so that's what I meant. On the Saturday evening they started dumping, very weird, 2-3% dump. They sweep something now and are trying to recover now. So yeah, they made a new low now, but they're still trying to recover, so nothing to worry about right now. I was a little bit scared though yesterday, because with this random weird dump, I thought we were maybe going to this level, and then if we sweep this and didn't show reaction, that would have been very bad. But Ethereum is looking okay, but same thing as on Bitcoin. I'd say less panic on Ethereum, but Ethereum really has to show some strength next week. They could still potentially sweep this level, that wouldn't be that bad, but then they really need to show reaction, because if we dump, then we already go back to the 1750, and from the top that's what, a 15% dump, 12% dump, and that's not what we want to see right now, obviously. Opportunities is surely here, but last week on a Friday, on a Thursday, there were several opportunities. So that long on Bitcoin, as I showed, incredible setup, and then this sweep on Ethereum from the left. This one, I got out break even. I didn't take any profits because I was aiming for this or this, I don't know. So got out break even, which is nice, but unfortunately they couldn't pump the TP, which looks like they're doing right now. So if you caught this, also GG's. That's it for crypto. If you look at gold, gold didn't do that much this week, to be honest. They opened here, just ranging, creating liquidity, nothing much. And I know I've been saying it for 3 weeks now, and you can say, oh, you're just saying random stuff. Oh, it's already 3 weeks. You said it was going to happen in 1 week. Okay, yeah, that's right. I'm wrong on that. But gold is still heading for this box. regardless of what price will be doing in the coming days. If they just keep ranging for the next 2 weeks, still after that, price is going to look for this zone because there's no strength in the market. As you can see, yes, we created a high here, but we didn't gain anything, and now we pulled back. Okay, we didn't lose anything locally yet, that's also true, but there's no strength in the market. Gold is just consolidating and waiting for price to dump. First initial level is this, but don't expect a crazy pump. And then of course this box, this zone where we have been waiting for a while. Opportunities on gold out there. I will look for a reversal, a continuation short here, long here is possible, but really not a fan. And then of course in this box is the long we all have been waiting for 3 weeks now. I'm not saying price is going to do this, I'm not saying that, but price will surely show at least a form of a reaction, so a trade here is surely possible. But that's it on gold. Expect new lows to after create potential new highs. This is a possible scenario that we just don't through. It's possible, but I'd say that we should see at least some sort of reaction. So that's kind of it. Summary is big moment for Bitcoin in the coming days. Also for Ethereum, a little bit less important for Ethereum, but they'll both follow each other probably. Bitcoin really has to look for that $64,000 again, otherwise we might see new lows in the coming weeks. Ethereum, yeah, same thing, although the bigger time frame structure, they haven't really broken anything. And gold, yeah, consolidating this week. We're probably expecting new lows to after that new low and sweep something, make new highs. But for now, that was it. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you got some value out of it. If so, leave a like and subscribe. I will really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in the next week video. Bye.